In the whimsical land of Sparklewood lived a young dragon named Flicker. Unlike the other dragons who breathed mighty, roaring flames, Flicker's breath was a gentle puff of beautiful, colorful sparks, like a shower of tiny dancing rainbows. He was an adventurous and kind-hearted dragon, always eager to explore and share his joy. Yet sometimes, a little cloud of sadness would float into his heart because his sparks, though pretty, weren't like the powerful fire of his friends. Every year, Sparklewood buzzed with excitement for the Festival of Skies. It was the most magical night of the year, when dragons, big and small, would soar into the vast, inky canvas of the night sky. With their fiery breath, they would paint magnificent pictures, soaring comets, blossoming fireflowers, and dazzling geometric shapes that lit up the entire valley. The air would fill with triumphant roars and cheers as each dragon showcased their fiery artistry. This year, Flicker was especially eager. He watched as his friends Blaze and Ember practiced their techniques. Blaze was perfecting a roaring, fiery loop-the-loop, while Ember was crafting an intricate, flaming spiral. "My comet will be the brightest ever," boasted Blaze, sending a magnificent streak of orange and red across the afternoon sky. "And my spiral will dance like a fiery serpent," giggled Ember, as a swirling pillar of flame twisted upwards. Flicker longed to join them, to add his own mark to the grand spectacle. He practiced too, with all his might. He would take a deep breath, puffing out a flurry of his beautiful shimmering sparks. They would twinkle for a moment, like a dusting of fairy glitter, before gently fading into the air. He tried making a little spark heart, then a spark star, but no matter how much effort he put in, his creations were too faint, too fleeting. They simply vanished against the vastness of the sky, lost before they could truly be seen. A heavy sigh escaped him, and the sparks that usually danced so joyfully now seemed to droop. He felt a pang of disappointment. His unique gift, the very thing that made him Flicker, felt utterly useless for the grand festival of skies. He watched his friends continue their practice, their powerful flames illuminating the sky with bold, vibrant strokes. A quiet tear, tiny and sparkling like one of his own breath sparks, rolled down his cheek. He felt small, insignificant, and utterly left out. His special sparks, which brought him so much joy, simply couldn't compete with the roaring flames of the other dragons. With a heavy heart, Flicker turned and flew away from the boisterous practice area, seeking a quiet place where his feelings wouldn't feel so exposed. He flew lower and lower until he reached the Whisper Reed River, a peaceful waterway that meandered through the valley. It was a place he often went when he needed to think or simply enjoy the quiet beauty of nature. The river's surface was dotted with broad, flat lily pads, and the air was calm, rustling only with the gentle whisper of the reeds along the banks. He landed softly on a mossy bank, his shoulders slumped. As he sat there, lost in thought, something twinkling on a nearby lily pad caught his eye. He had never noticed them before. Tiny emerald green river-light beetles that lived on the lily pads. Each beetle had a minuscule light on its back that pulsed with a soft, warm glow. They were hardly noticeable during the day, but as dusk began to settle, their tiny lights became more apparent. Out of habit, a sad little puff of Flicker's colorful sparks escaped his snout. A few of the shimmering sparks drifted down and landed softly on one of the large lily pads near the riverbank. Flicker watched, surprised, as something magical happened. Instead of fading away instantly as they did in the vast sky, the sparks on the lily pad seemed to stick. They didn't fizzle out. Instead, they began to glow softly, nestled against the smooth green surface. Even more wonderfully, the tiny river-light beetles, drawn by the gentle new light, began to crawl towards Flicker's sparks. As they approached, their own little lights seemed to grow brighter, mingling with the soft glow of Flicker's sparks. The lily pad shimmered with a delicate, intricate pattern of light, a miniature constellation reflected on the water's surface. A little spark of an idea, as gentle and bright as his own breath, began to glimmer in Flicker's mind. It wasn't about being bigger or brighter than anyone else. It was about finding a different canvas, a new way to share his unique light. The night of the Festival of Skies finally arrived. The air vibrated with anticipation. Dragons of all sizes gathered, their scales gleaming under the twilight sky. Then, with a mighty roar, they ascended, filling the heavens with magnificent bursts of fire. Blaze painted a fiery comet that streaked across the sky, leaving a shimmering trail, while Ember's fiery serpent danced and coiled with breathtaking grace. The sky became a vibrant tapestry of roaring comets, blossoming fire flowers, and dazzling shapes, each one a testament to the dragon's powerful fire breath. Cheers erupted from the dragons watching below, and the valley was awash in the warm, bright glow of the aerial spectacle. Flicker, however, wasn't among them. He had flown to the Whisper Reed River, his heart still beating with a mix of nervousness and excitement. He didn't try to compete in the vast, booming sky. Instead, he perched gently on a low-hanging branch over the river. Taking a deep breath, he began to gently puff his colorful sparks onto the broad, flat lily pads below. The scene was hushed, a stark contrast to the roaring celebration above. Flicker's sparks, so fleeting in the sky, now found a perfect home on the still surface of the water. He created intricate, glittering mosaics of light directly on the river's surface. A swirl of sapphire sparks here, a cluster of ruby red ones there. He puffed out a delicate violet spiral, then a shimmering emerald star. Each puff added another jewel to his flowing masterpiece. The river-light beetles, as if understanding his artistic endeavor, joined in. They crawled along the edges of his spark patterns, tracing his designs with their own soft, steady glows. It was a silent, graceful dance of light, a secret performance unfolding on the dark water. Soon the entire Whisper Reed River was transformed. It wasn't loud or booming like the sky above. It was a silent, flowing masterpiece of swirling, gentle light. The river shimmered with thousands of tiny, colorful constellations, a breathtaking reflection of the fiery sky above, yet uniquely its own. It was a silent symphony of light, delicate and mesmerizing. High above, as the dragons finished their fiery displays, a few older dragons, soaring lower, noticed an unusual soft glow emanating from the valley below. Curiosity piqued. They descended, followed by others, until many dragons were gathered along the banks of the Whisper Reed River. A hush fell over them as they beheld Flicker's creation. They had never seen anything so beautiful, so magical. The river, alive with the gentle, swirling patterns of light, was a breathtaking counterpoint to the powerful fires in the sky. It was a different kind of magic, a quiet, intricate beauty that spoke to their hearts in a new way. Gasps of awe rippled through the crowd. "Look at the patterns," whispered a young dragon. "It's like 1,000 tiny rainbows," exclaimed another. Flicker, who had been so sad earlier, now felt a warmth spread through his chest. He wasn't just part of the festival. He had added a completely new kind of magic to it, something no one else could have created. He saw the wonder in the eyes of the other dragons, the silent appreciation for his unique gift. He realized, with a joyful flutter in his heart, that participation wasn't about doing what everyone else did, or being the loudest or the brightest. It was about contributing what only he could, finding his own canvas, and sharing his unique light with the world. And as the night deepened, the dragons continued to marvel at Flicker's glowing river art, a new tradition born from a quiet heart and a unique, gentle talent. He snuggled down, a wide smile on his face, feeling truly, completely, wonderfully belonged.